You know that feeling when you scroll through a dozen portable PA systems, see sleek photos and glowing specs, and then the unit you actually get feels like a cheap karaoke machine that can barely get the room louder than a coffee shop? I've been there, and I've also watched friends waste money on gear that sounded fine in the showroom but fell apart the moment they tried to run a backyard party or a small worship service. That hesitation is why I'm doing this deep dive on the Yamaha Stagepas 600BT, so you can skip the guesswork and decide if this is the kind of plug-and-play speaker you really need. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the scenario most people are in when they start looking for a portable PA. You've got a tight budget, you need something you can toss in the trunk, set up in 5 minutes, and have reliable sound for a crowd that could range from 10 friends at a birthday brunch to a couple hundred guests at a community fundraiser. The Yamaha Stagepas 600BT markets itself as the ultimate portable system, and the claim isn't just marketing fluff, there's a genuine design focus on mobility. The whole package fits into a single carry case that's about the size of a medium suitcase, and the weight hovers just under 30 pounds. For anyone who's ever wrestled with a bulky speaker stack and a tangled mess of cables, that kind of footprint is a serious win. The real test of portability, though, is the setup experience. You pull the case open, slide the speakers out, hook the detachable 10-channel mixer onto the top, and you're ready to go. The mixer itself is surprisingly intuitive. The layout separates 4 mono/line inputs, ideal for microphones or instruments, from 6 additional line inputs that can be set to mono or stereo. That flexibility means you can run a mic for a speaker, a guitar for a small band, and even a laptop or phone for playback, all without needing an extra box. The Bluetooth pairing is just a few button presses, no complicated app required. In my own tests, the connection was stable within a 30-foot radius, and there was no noticeable latency when I streamed a Spotify playlist for background music. Now, let's dig into the sound. The high-quality speakers label might sound generic, but in practice the 6.5-inch low-frequency driver paired with a 1.4-inch high-frequency driver delivers a clear, punchy mid-range that carries vocals well. The built-in intelligent DSP, digital signal processing, automatically applies EQ curves based on the room size you select on the mixer, which is a nice shortcut for people who aren't audio engineers. In a small garden setting, the system filled the space with enough volume to be heard over a light breeze without sounding harsh. When I tried it in a larger community hall, the DSP's large room mode helped maintain clarity, though you do have to crank the master fader close to its maximum to keep the front row audience comfortable. That's where the practical weakness shows up. The built-in amplifier is powerful enough for most indoor events, but if you're trying to cover a 2,000 square foot gym or an outdoor festival stage, you'll start to feel the limits. The speakers can distort if you push past 120 dB, which is fine for most gatherings but not for anything that needs stadium-level punch. Battery life is another factor that trips up buyers who assume portable means runs all day on a single charge. The Stagepas 600BT comes with an internal rechargeable battery that Yamaha rates for about 8 hours of continuous playback at moderate volume. In my real-world run-through Saturday morning birthday party that lasted just over 6 hours, the battery held steady, and the system gave me a low battery warning with enough time to plug into a standard AC outlet without any hiccups. If you're planning an event that stretches past 8 hours or you don't have reliable power nearby, you'll need a backup plan, perhaps a generator or a separate power bank, both of which add to the overall cost. Speaking of cost, the price point sits in the mid-range for portable PA systems. You're paying for Yamaha's brand reliability, the integrated mixer, and that DSP engine, all of which you'd otherwise have to source separately. For a small church, a school club, or a freelance musician who needs a one-box solution, the value proposition is strong because you avoid buying a separate mixer, speakers, and a Bluetooth receiver. However, if you're already sitting on a decent mixer and just need a set of speakers for occasional gigs, you might get more bang for your buck by buying 2 standalone speakers and pairing them with your existing gear. Who should definitely consider the Stagepas 600BT? First, anyone who frequently moves gear. Think wedding DJs, community event coordinators, or church youth leaders. The Quick Connect design means you can unload the case, plug a mic, hit play, and be ready for a sermon or a toast within minutes. Second, small band musicians who want a clean stage monitor plus a front-of-house mix in a single unit will appreciate the 10-channel